Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to another update from my ADHD blog. I guess that's what it is. So, as promised, let me fill you in on what's been happening, what's new. So, I'll go through what I will mention first. So, general update, and then medication, effects, positive and negative. Um, a section about friendships and um, some other general struggles that I've had, and maybe you've encountered similar struggles as well. So, the general update is um, well, I'm not really feeling that much better, if I'm honest. Um, it could be that the medication is not working or not working in the way I expected it to. Um, it could be outside factors as well. So um, I can't go into much detail about it because there's a legal process going on at the moment and I don't want to say too much. Let's just say it's work related. Um, so that has caused me a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. And I think that might be, mitigating the effects of the medication somewhat. So it could be that it may not be that the medication's not working or not working as I thought, but it's just the outside circumstances that are making this condition worse for me. I can't say which one it is at this time. Okay, so the medication. So I take three kinds of medication. I take medication for sleeping. Um, I also take medication um, for mood stabilization, and I take medication for the ADHD. ADHD. Um, what I can say about the ADHD medication is that the effects when I do take it are almost immediate. Maybe 15-20 minutes, and I do feel different. Now, different, is that good or is that bad? Well, it's both. I think it's both. On the one hand, I find it easier to concentrate on one thing at a time. Uh, I'm a bit more confident in myself when I take it. I talk more. Um, I engage in conversation with strangers more. Um, I'm friendlier, I think, when it comes to interacting with strangers and people in general. So that's definitely a good thing. However, I think there are some downsides because there are times when I feel wired, like like I'm concentrating too much, and sometimes that can get a little bit intense. But it has kind of calmed down the hissing static in my brain that I have, and there are moments when, although it's a stimulant, there are times these moments don't usually last very long, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but there are times where I just feel serene and peaceful and calm. Not in a, not in like a, a stoned out of my head way, or more of like a, more of like a Zen feeling. Like I'm at peace and I'm just there in the moment, appreciating the quiet and appreciating that I have my own space and being able to get my thoughts in order and not ruminating about things that I can't change. So there are definitely upsides, a few downsides. So that's one thing. So that's the medication. I'd be really interested to know if you've experienced the same, or maybe you've had a completely different experience. But I think it would definitely be helpful for me, and it'd probably be helpful to others if you would write in the comments your experiences. It'd be really nice to hear from you. So the next issue. This one's difficult. This one's difficult to talk about, but it's about friendships. So I don't actually have that many friends. Shocking, I know. But I don't. I have two really close friends that I would call friends. Most other people are acquaintances at best. So that there are actually there are four people I probably care about. So my friend, one of my friends, his girlfriend, and another one of my friends, his girlfriend and his child now. So those are the people that I really care about. And my dog, of course. But anyway, maybe I'm being paranoid, or maybe I'm not thinking clearly. But I maybe got the impression that they think, I don't know, something different about me now that I've told them that I have ADHD and that I'm neurodivergent. I know, to be clear, that I don't want to be neurodivergent, right? I don't want this, but I have it now, so I have to find a way of coming to terms with it. And part of my way of doing that is to speak to all of you about it. And it does help. It really does help, and if it helps other people, then that's brilliant. That's an added bonus. But yeah, I just kind of got the feeling that maybe they think differently of me now. Just maybe a couple of interactions. I went to one of my friends to play cards, and I don't know, he seemed a bit off, maybe a bit dismissive. And to be fair to my friends, I didn't know what kind of reaction I was expecting, right? So I can't say that they're reacting in a negative way, because I didn't know what kind of reaction to expect or what kind of reaction was appropriate. But sometimes I feel that there's a lack of understanding there, or a lack of will to understand. Maybe not. Maybe I've got things wrong, but that's how I feel. And yeah, to my shame, I've not brought it up with them yet. Partly just to keep the peace, for my own mental health and my own peace of mind, and partly because I don't want to damage the relationship, because these people are my close friends and I really love them and I really care about them. So that's difficult. Maybe you've experienced the same thing. Maybe it's not your friends, maybe it's your parents or your extended family, your boss, whoever it might be. Um, I hope you haven't experienced it, but um, if there's a chance that you have, or you're going through something similar, then I know what that feels like, and excuse me, and I know that it's not our fault, right? It's but it is our responsibility. Um, so I think I'll have to address this at some point before it turns toxic and poisonous. Um, because one of the things about ADHD is you tend to ruminate a lot. Turn thoughts over in your head again and again and again and again, and not really getting anywhere. In fact, usually you make yourself feel a lot worse by doing that. And to return what I said earlier, medication does help with that. Um, but that's something I've got to be aware of. And also, perhaps it's the masking thing, right? So, masking is another big part of ADHD, a symptom, let's say. So, masking is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's putting a mask on so nobody knows, or nobody thinks, or nobody suspects that you're neurodivergent, and so you pretend to be, I'm sorry, quote and unquote, normal. And when I say normal, I mean neurotypical. So when people with ADHD have been masking for a long time, first of all, it's exhausting. Okay, it's emotionally and physically exhausting. It drains every piece of energy that you have just to maintain that facade. And then when you get home, that's the reason when you get home you feel absolutely shattered and you just want to lay in bed and not think, not eat, um, just lay there quietly. So maybe I've been masking and doing that for so long with my friends that now that I'm trying my best to unmask when I can, they sense a difference in me, and maybe that's why they are, or at least I think maybe that's why they're reacting a bit differently. It could be that. It could be that. And I would like to know if you've experienced that. Um, Again, I hope you haven't, but if you have, or you've experienced something similar, then you're not alone, and I can understand how you're feeling. So, that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've tried my best to articulate it as best as I can, and I hope this has been some value for you, or value for someone that you love and you care about. So I just want you to know that you're not alone. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this blog, and in the not too distant future I'll be updating you. So thank you very much. Take care of one another, and see you soon. Goodbye.